Has it ever occurred to you how much you depend on technology? It's the first thing we reach for when we wake up, the last thing we touch before we go to sleep. Our lives are so intricately woven with the threads of the digital world that it's hard to imagine a day without it. Technology has become our constant companion, our guide and our gatekeeper to the world. From the way we connect with our loved ones to how we consume news, entertainment, and even our meals, technology has seeped into every corner of our existence. Our reliance on digital devices is such that we often find ourselves feeling lost, restless, and even anxious without them. Yet while we enjoy the convenience and connectivity that technology provides, we rarely stop to consider the implications. What impact does this dependency have on our social interactions, our mental health, our sense of self? So, the question arises, are we really in control, or have we become slaves to our own creations? As the digital age advances, so does our dependency, but at what cost? We're living in an era where screens have become our closest companions, our gateways to the world, our personal assistants, our entertainers. They've intertwined with our lives so tightly it's hard to imagine a day without them. But let's pause and ponder for a moment. Are these digital companions truly as benign as they seem? The more engrossed we become in our digital devices, the more we risk drifting into a sea of social isolation. It's a subtle shift, almost imperceptible at first. We start to exchange real, face-to-face interactions for virtual ones. We trade warm, hearty laughs for LOLs, comforting hugs for heart emojis. Slowly, our physical connections start to wane, replaced by a digital facade of social interaction. But beneath that facade, feelings of loneliness and detachment begin to creep in. This is not just about missing out on a friend's smile or a loved one's touch. It's about losing that profound sense of belonging that comes from being present, truly present, in the company of others. It's about the silent moments of understanding, the shared laughter, the mutual empathy, all the beautiful nuances of human interaction that a screen can't replicate. And the effects of this social isolation aren't merely emotional. They can seep into our mental health, creating a breeding ground for anxiety, depression, and a host of other psychological issues. We become more vulnerable, less resilient, more disconnected. We're left grappling with a paradox of our own making, a world that's more connected than ever, yet individuals who feel increasingly isolated. The irony is bitter. In our quest to stay connected, to be part of the digital in-crowd, we've allowed technology to erect walls around us. We've traded meaningful relationships for shallow digital connections, and in the process, we've lost a part of our humanity. Technology, designed to make us feel more connected, ironically, often makes us feel more alone. But is there a way out? Can we reclaim our lives from the clutches of technology? Indeed we can. And the first step towards breaking these unseen chains is recognizing our dependency. We are not doomed to a life of digital servitude. We hold the keys to our own liberation, and it's all about striking a balance. Technology in its essence is not the enemy. It's our relationship with it that needs redefining. We need to consider setting boundaries for tech use. It's as simple as designating tech-free zones or times in our homes. Dinner tables, bedrooms, or certain hours of the day could be sanctuaries from the constant ping of notifications. We must understand that our devices are tools, not masters. They should serve us, not the other way around. We can harness technology to enhance our lives, not consume them. Next, we need to rekindle our appetite for face-to-face interactions. Remember, there's a world outside the screen, a world filled with real people, real emotions, real experiences. Let's not forget the joy of a shared laugh, the comfort of a warm hug, the power of an understanding glance. These are things no emoji or GIF can replicate. Incorporating more human contact in our daily lives can be as easy as taking a walk with a friend, joining a club, or even striking a conversation with a stranger. Let's make an effort to connect, truly connect, beyond the digital realm. Finally, using technology more mindfully is key. Before mindlessly scrolling through social media or binge-watching the latest series, let's ask ourselves, is this the best use of my time? Could I be doing something more fulfilling or productive? Being mindful of our tech use can lead to a healthier, more balanced relationship with our devices. It can help us reclaim our time, our focus, our lives. Remember, the power to change lies within us. We are not passive victims in this digital age. We have the ability to shape our own experiences, to choose connection over isolation, authenticity over digital facades, and life over mere existence. It's time to break the chains and reclaim our lives from the clutches of technology. It's time to wake up and take a hard look at our digital habits. We are at a crossroads, a juncture where we must decide the course of our relationship with technology. Our smartphones, laptops, and tablets, they're not just tools. They are extensions of ourselves, and like any extension, they need to be handled with care and consciousness. Consider this. When was the last time you spent an hour, a whole 60 minutes, without any digital interaction? If you can't remember, it's time to reassess. It's time to question if the balance has tipped too far in favor of the digital and away from the tangible, the human, the real. No one is asking you to abandon technology. That's not the point. The point is to find balance. Balance between the digital and the physical, between the virtual and the real. It's about taking control of our time, our minds, and our lives, to use technology as a tool, not let it use us. So how do we achieve this balance? It starts with mindfulness. Mindfulness of our habits, of the time we spend staring at screens, of the moments we miss because we're too busy capturing them for social media. Mindfulness of the conversations we're not having because we're too engrossed in a digital one. Mindfulness of the relationships that might be suffering because we're more connected to our devices than to the people around us. And then, practice. Practice setting boundaries. Practice taking digital detoxes. Practice being present. Practice connecting with people face to face. Practice living a life that's not dictated by the ping of a notification. Don't let your devices dictate your life. Don't let the digital world steal your time, your relationships, your life. The power is in your hands. Quite literally, it's time to use that power, to take back control, reclaim your time, your relationships, and your life. Break free from the digital chains. The choice is yours.